All right. Okay, we are now live. Woo, woo. Hello, hello. She listening. Okay, we are now live.
just want to say real quick, we'll start for the people watching. We'll start in 10 minutes. We'll try to be on time today. Thanks for folks that came through. You know, we just normal Black people here on normal Black people time. Just want to say real quick, doing normal Black people thing and keep it going. So yes, we officially gonna start around what is it, 1:15, and kick it off with some nice introductions. My girl Coco, and my boo Lau. So yeah, I'll be on the music. I am playing from my SoundCloud, my music only, because we don't have credits for all the other people, but I got credits for myself. And we're going to keep rocking until like 15. Speak to y'all. And my boo I am playing from my SoundCloud, my music only, because we don't have credits for all the other people. How do I do that?
Just mute your YouTube. Like, turn the volume down on your YouTube. Not your SoundCloud or anything, just the YouTube, because I think there might be a echo or something. Because now we're just hearing the music. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. And please feel free to get comfortable, everyone. Get comfortable and grab your snacks and questions and things that you might have, and a paper, take notes, and we really are going to take a dive into this discussion, and I'm really, really excited because this isn't talked about enough, and we're asking for the information and we're giving it to you. So just make sure that you do your due diligence. The replay will be available, but I just want you to be very intentional about the space that you hold here, and just really think about what this altar work can mean and look like for you. So I'm excited to get started. We have a few more minutes.
I don't have no feels for it. I just pull my card and quit. If you ain't let that other bitch mess it up in your beginning, broken house, you fit it right. Always uptight, can't pick a fight if you ain't had life in it. Always up high, Jimmy all night, headstrong, get when you get in mine. I know it's crazy, but the thing about it all just fazed me. You don't see the problem after what is all done. You see that it's all gone. No effort to love on. Told you don't break my heart. Oh, doing it all your fault. I take off and then put. Oh, you took time to talk. Couldn't get the words out my heart. Oh, we both knew when it started. Spirits departed. There's no more in time. America brings patience. I've always been patient, never been so crazy. We just different faces. There's no space for places. This shit makes me painless. You think time was. Mama gave me brains, so these street niggas can't hold shit against me. Lil Seed, OG, fatty. With flashing teeth, stroking ego, said she please. I'ma call him baby the next day, set him free. He don't know me. Call that cab when he act like the police. Lurking back in my tabs, Mr. Owed me. Cash me only, you think you goldie like trophies. You extra phony. He hit me up to go back ghosting. Don't get to boasting. Only looked it for the potion. Yo, do be joking. You couldn't handle if you want it. Never was on it. Fuck all your party when your mind lost the time where you be punching level. Look, you ain't gotta ask about me. You never cared anyway. You ain't gotta lie to say you really way. Just to see if you can get another play. You extra fake, don't have to put on display. Anonymous late, you press me like you wanna claim. Fuck out my face, no patience in your child's place. Where you learn to act like that now. Must have got it from your old paps now. I told you sit down, how dare you act out? Yeah, wasn't my nigga. Thought that tongue was dumb, crazy, you was lying, nigga. Yo, don't you say you know me, cause I'm paid now. Wasn't loving on me when nobody knew my name now. Dressing like you pressing for some blessings from my way now. I ain't do no telling, cut them bitches out my way now. Poppin' cause you poppin' to that play now. They gon' fake and hate me, first we play, feel away now. Now I can't relate, I'm stuffing bitchy cakes on face now. We gon' blow a stack now, that I got a place now. Mama gave me brains, so these street niggas can't hold shit against me. Lil C, OG, fatty. With flashing teeth, stroking ego, said she please. I'ma call him baby the next day, set him free. He don't know me. Call that cab when he act like the police. Lurking back in my tabs, Mr. Owed me. Cash me only, you think you goldie like trophies. You extra phony. He hit me up to go back ghosting. Don't get to boasting. Only licked it for the potion. Your dick be joking. Couldn't handle if you want it. Never was on it. We be back with it like what?
Okay. On my end, it says 1:15. So I'ma rock with it. And here we are. Yeah. Wow. Welcome. I'm just so excited. I am contained in all the, all the nerves, anxiety and all, but most of it all, I'm so excited to even just having this conversation live, alive. Okay. And with some two good ass Black folks that I love dearly, honestly. Um, yeah, I'm gonna just talk about myself real quick because they can talk about them. I'm gonna
Yes.
leave them. So I'm Ajon. I go by AJ in the community. I also use they, them pronouns. I am a queer, Black, multidisciplinary healer in the arts. And, you know, I come from New Orleans and I feel like I am meant to be traveling all around the walks of life because living in New York, living in DC, living in Philly, having a taste of other cities, I see New Orleans and everything, and I see healing in the arts and everything, and just the spirit and everything. And I am excited to talk more on my journey of that with you all and what it looks like to be a healer in the arts for me and to still do the root work and to still teach the root work of it all
of where it begins, honestly. And what does that mean to transform that into my works? And then some. And yeah, I'm turning 30 in this bitch. So, we youngins in this month. But feeling like, we really like old as shit in here because it really carries wisdom. It really carries like weight. It carries a lot of grief, not for just myself, but for my people, my friends, my community, my family and all. Um, but most importantly, and within the grief and all, I still feel liberation. I still feel the connection of why my art exists, of why it is, and why I exist in this work, and why I just need to talk about it for real, for real. So that's me. I'm gonna pass it to Coco. My girl's Coco.
Mhm. Hey everyone, I'm Coco Alexa. I am a psychic medium, tarot reader, and an alignment archetype and a real estate agent. I have been doing this work for a long time, over a decade at this point. And one of the most powerful things is starting with an altar. So I love talking about altar work. I love talking about ancestral veneration. I am a medium. So being able to connect with the dead and being able to connect with our loved ones has been, even for myself, has been such a healing journey. And I've been able to really heal through grief and depression and worry and anxiety all by sitting at my altar and spending time there and spending time with my ancestors and them showing me and them telling me that everything is going to be okay. So I'm excited to be able to, put this conversation out there, and allow it to be a place where people understand that you're not alone. And even that desire of wanting to have an altar but not knowing where to start, right? Like that is you might see other people's altar, or you might just feel that calling, that urge. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like I need to have an altar. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to have a space where I can just be. There is so much power in that. And you know, when I started my practice, I didn't have these conversations, so to be able to put this out there, for people to, hear us and understand that, you aren't alone. And whether it's within community and the physical, but you aren't alone. Your people are there. They are there and they've been waiting for you. They want to connect with you. So I love having these conversations and just hearing other people's perspectives and their stories and their experiences with altar work and ancestral veneration. I always say all the time that this practice is grief work. It is grief work. It is grief work. So if you are someone who is grieving, I don't care what it is, if you are someone who is grieving, then this work is for you. It will help you understand. It will help with acceptance. It will help you clearly understand that, wait a minute, I feel them around me. I can't tell you how many times I have heard people say, and even just from my own experience, where you can feel them. You can feel it. You know what your people, especially when you know your people, when you know what your people feel like. You know your grandmother's hug. You know your cousin's laugh. You know your brother's just that dap even. Like literally, like I know what that feels like. Like doing altar work and ancestor veneration allows the space for that connection to happen. So this is a great conversation. Mawu, I'm going to hand it over to you now. And I'm, excited to even hear your perspective and for people to understand that altar work doesn't have to look one way. You know, I find that, sometimes people don't understand that this work is yours. Like it's yours. You can get the foundation, but at the end of the day, it's your practice. It's what feels called to you. It's what your ancestors are telling you. Like, listen, this is what's going to feel more powerful. Like, this is cool. This is great, but let me show you how you can amplify that. So I'm excited to hear your perspective. I will really and Asian already knows how I feel. I mean, even we had a conversation too about just dancing and stretching and all of those things and movement and how is so important. So, Mabu, please take it away.
Yes. Hi, Mau. They, them pronouns. Yeah, I just love what Coco. Yeah, I just want to like bring what you said back into the space of like, I think altar work is some of the most intimate work that you'll experience. I think in the spiritual canon of experiences and ritual, right? It's some of the most intimate work because it's work with your direct ancestral line and lineage, and so yeah, for me, as an artist, multi hyphenate being, I feel like my way into spirituality started really young. I grew up with Caribbean parents who grew me up in very African traditional spiritualities. So by the time I was 12, I was initiated under Akan traditions, and then later I would study with people who do Senegalese and Lukumi, but then also some Senegalese traditions as well. So I feel like I'm a little bit of an amalgamation, right, of all of these elders' tutelage and knowledge. And so as a mover, like that being my very first, like again, intimate process and practice of art, I feel so much like my movement is connected to the spirit. And that, like you were naming also, like altar work is grief work, and in the embodiment and in my body being able to work through some of the grief in real time, and I feel like working with the altar transmutes that as well, and so it's really layered. So yeah, a lot of my experiences are coming from multiple different spiritual groups, which I feel really hearty in. But most recently, when I was in Senegal in 2024, I feel like I really seeped into this idea of the body as its own cosmology. And it really kind of like opened up my mind to this idea that I was hearing all the time, that the body was the altar. And I would hear that, but I don't think I understood it, right? We hear that a lot, but like, what does that actually mean? But that your body, right? Like Senegalese tradition that I was studying, talks about the body. There are different parts of the body we were activating. This being your sun, your back being your moon, and being able to activate these different portals that exist within you to deepen your intimacy and your own personal practice. So yeah, that's what I'll say for now. I'm so excited to just hear more about y'all's knowledge, because y'all are also so seasoned in your practices, and just to see the intersection. So thanks y'all for being here. So grateful.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So yeah, for the folks, you know, this is not a place of here's the do's and the don'ts. Here's the whys and the what da 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 da. Like, yes, the questions of whys, but more so of what's the intention versus impact. And before we lead into the meditation, I want folks to think about intention. What is your intention with connection with ancestors? What is your intention with wanting to do the work? Is it for yourself? Is it for your ancestor? Is it for your child? Is it for whoever? You know, I really want folks to think about intention versus impact, because not only will we talk about, yes, candle work, what it is meant to do altar work, what it is meant to, you know, tap into the elements of earth, into what we want to manifest and da 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 da, but also fuck around and find out, because this shit is real. This shit is ancestral. It's not just vintage. This shit is very unique as to why it is specifically tailored to your needs, tailored to your spirit, tailored to what you need to receive. And within conversation, I will want folks to think about what is your intention to receive from the conversation, from the workshop, from the thoughts of it all, you know? And also, you know, to be mindful of things that come up. You know, I am trauma informed, so we can talk about things of, you know, what it is to regulate after grief, regulate through it, regulate before it, you know, because there's a plan, honestly, for everything. You know, if you really think about it, you know, we how we plan to go to bed, how we plan to take a shower, how we plan to cook. There's a plan for everything. And there's a plan for your needs to heal, for your needs to regulate, for your needs to adjust, change, face, all of that, you know. So I just want folks to think about that. You know, there's a lot of things to think about, but intention versus impact, and really that regulation, what it is for you. Yeah. Um, yeah, because that's where it really starts. It's conversation with your damn self. For real, for real. Before you talk to anyone. And in my works, I started off in a deep ass meditation. My first ever time meditating was 2016. I was at my mom's house and I was living in New York off of 72nd Street. And I was like, I'm home and I gotta just, what is this meditation? Because if it's gonna get me to myself, what am I gonna find? And at that time, my intention was, who is Ajon? Can I see who in the inside is really Ajon? What is spirit? You know? And it's not off just like religion and shit, because I'm from New Orleans. I grew up in a Catholic household. Niggas was faithful in the church. My papa, he was in the choir. Everyone had their roles and all. But also too, I knew that this was powerful and then some. I knew that my mind and spirit wanted to understand that. Did I know what the fuck that was? No, but we started off with meditation. And that's why I'm saying that's my journey. That's where I needed to start off, you know. And when I meditated for an hour and 45 minutes, I would never forget that. Locked in off some just, and my mom was like literally terrified, like, bitch, what the fuck is going on? Real shit. Like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? But after that, I remember having a moment with myself and like seeing this colorful light within me, like just this flowing gem of light. And I was just locked in on it, of just like, what the fuck is this? Just like, what is this? And after kumbayaing with it, I felt so, I felt like I felt like I just opened a Pandora box. I felt like I just found something. For real, for real. Was I able to see that after opening my eyes? No, it looked like in different ways of trickled after that. I found fucking crystals. I knew what really crystals was about. I found what really meditation was and where it really came from with the origins of yogi and breath work and all that. Like a Pandora box. And I understood where I needed to start it from with myself, you know? So with that being said, I want to start with a guided meditation with these journal prompts. Um, Whoever's watching, you do not have to write, but I do invite you to write. That's a lost damn skill in our age. But I invite you to write. I invite you to bring your phones out, tablets, whatever. People like to record, whatever. Whatever you like to archive in this moment with the journal prompts, the intentions of, you know, ancestors and connecting. Here are the prompts. I can also write this in the chat just in case folks need it. But your first question through the guided meditation is, what is ancestral veneration? Not just too deep thought into it, just like, what does that mean to you? Yeah. Your second question is going to be, what is the purpose of honoring your ancestors? Again, your intention, your purpose, not what you saw on IG, TikTok, or someone else's story. What is your story? Again, we are human beings that are emotional and all. We can relate. We can see, we can feel. What is your purpose? Yeah. Third question is, where do you find your ancestors? And this might sound like, what do you mean, where do you find, right? Think about the angel numbers, the signs and all. Yeah, those are signs of not only just angels talking to you, spirit guides talking to you, sometimes your ancestors talking to you, sometimes people coming up to you talking specifically like a dialect that you just probably haven't heard in a while in a specific type of way, and it reminds you of a certain person or whatever. You could find your ancestors there. You could find your ancestors at your damn kitchen, in your pot, cooking a meal. You could find, like, where do you find your ancestors is such a broad question, and you can start there. You can start, where do you feel it in your body? Where do you feel it in your emotions, in your actual mind? Because also too, um, all of us have a third eye. All of us have a spirit eye. All of us have a access to where our ancestors are, where our spiritual guides are, where whoever you believe is at. Yeah, you close your eyes, you imagine, you do visualize. Yeah, so I want you guys to think about that. It is 1:30. We'll meditate this on till 1:45. Nice little 15. I would love to be silent along this. So if you are calm in a space, I know it's, last minute question if you were on silent, but if not, you know, how can you, bring more calmness in this space where you're at right now and to meditate on these questions? I I can go, I can mute my camera as well. Everyone can mute their camera so they could just not see anything, not be distracted. And I will point the questions into the chat. And yeah, we'll talk again around 1:45. Okay. Hello, and we're back. We are back. We are back. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I feel like I just need like a good black coffee with a good creamer right now. That's what I feel.
Hmm.
And that's the ancestors.
Yeah. For real, for real. That's exactly how I feel right now.
Mhm.
Wow. Wow. Where do I find my ancestor? In that coffee? Because it was definitely heavy, heavy, heavy in New Orleans. Cafe Du
Mm.
Monde. My family was on that, child. Yeah. Yeah. How do y'all feel?
I feel good. I feel good and grounded, like nice and centered. Excuse me.
Period. No, I'm saying
You
because I was getting on
know,
this edamame, okay?
my ancestors are smokers, and all I wanted to do was go outside and smoke my J. And anytime I feel called to do that, like really, really powerfully, I'm like, all right, Granddad.
Yeah.
Like, all right, okay. You want
Yeah.
to smoke? I got it. Like,
I feel that. I really do feel that.
mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
bet. So I would love to just start off in conversation. The folks that's in the chat too, if you wanted to just put anything how you
Mhm.
feel from it all, definitely drop it in there. I'll just guide us into that conversation for real, for real. And I think Coco, let's save the group reading for the evening
Okay. Yeah.
and keep it special.
And yeah, we'll do the group reading. And this is really just a jump start of our in-person class that's happening in Philly at Blackbird Rising on June 21st.
Yep,
I'll
yep.
leave the information in the description. You'll also see a post on our socials as well. The early bird tickets are $25 right now, and they come with a mini altar kit, which Ajon will post a video just to show you and describe what it is. But there's gonna be a whole bunch of little goodies in there. Definitely get your early bird tickets. Early bird tickets will not be available after the 10th. Okay, so
Okay.
definitely make sure that you are getting your ticket early. This class is going to be very in depth and really give you the information and the resources for you to go ahead and build your altar that day. Like that day, if you want to take that information and say, all right, cool. Like now I have the foundation. Now I have the information and have some questions answered. Sometimes people like to make altar work and ancestral veneration more complex than it needs to be,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be that complex.
Mhm.
So we're excited about June 21st. I think it's the perfect timing with that being Juneteenth weekend to honor our ancestors and do that work. So if you would like to join us, if you're in Philly, if you're in the surrounding areas, if you're in Baltimore, you want to drive up. Listen, we can caravan up there, baby. Come on, we all going out to Philly. Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go see our cousins. For the last time Baltimoreans and seen our cousins up in Philly. Okay, so we are going to be there in a couple of weeks. So I'm super excited about that. Yes, let's get into prompt number 1. What is ancestral veneration to you, Ajon?
Ancestral veneration to me is culture, music, food, fashion, colors, prints, patterns,
Mm,
symbols,
mm,
flower, like plants, actually like flowers, specific herbs.
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm,
ancestral veneration is what is alive in front of me and what has moved me to understand my ancestry of roots, for real, for real.
mm-hmm,
And how I can uplift that even more is speaking on it, is praying to them, is actually building an altar if I actually want and need to,
mm-hmm,
which
mm-hmm.
obviously I needed to. And for tapping in ways that makes me feel I'm not forgotten in a sense, because I feel like veneration with that is you're venerating yourself, you're venerating who you are in your lineage. It's
Yeah.
it's in a way of like dance movements, like calling out your city, like, yeah, we got the Be More
Mhm.
step, we got the fucking,
Mhm.
New Orleans bounce. We have specifics to take us to who the fuck we are and
Yes.
what is in our identity when it comes to that. That's what veneration is to me. I'm gonna pass it to
And
Mawu.
well, hold on, my well, just
Oh,
one
Mo,
second,
okay,
just
my
one
bad.
Okay,
second,
Okay.
no, go ahead.
because I did just want to say, like, when you were talking about like the fashion and like clothes and like things like that, it
Mhm.
made me think of indigo and like
Mm,
how important that color is and how important that dye is and the techniques and the prints and the like specific to indigo.
yeah.
And obviously there's other cloths and other dyes and other prints and everything, but just it really took me to indigo and just how like, you know, even in learning that, like learning about indigo or learning about those prints or making clothes with that color dye, right? Like, how deeply rooted are you connecting to your ancestors in doing that work, right? And holding the traditions of those cloths and those wares and I just
Hmm.
started wearing fur like a few years ago. Like my mom always loved the fucking fur, okay?
Okay.
Like I would roll my eyes at it at first, but then I realized, like, wait, bitch, when you put the fur on, I don't give a fuck if it's fake or not, cause my shit fake. I don't give a fuck. Like, so Peter, don't come for me, Peter. Don't come for me, okay? It's faux. It's faux.
Oh, it's fuck.
But
Okay.
you put that shit on, you put it on, and you be
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, yeah. That's why my
Yeah.
grandmother was wearing this shit. Oh, okay. That's why when my grandfather fucking brought this shit across the damn threshold, it was like, yeah,
Mm.
we on. Yeah, it's that time. Yeah,
That part.
yeah. Got the
That
big check.
part. That part. Even
Just
speaking
like
of
you feeling that
indigo,
shit.
like indigo. That's the accent, y'all. Even speaking of indigo, a lot of my friends that are visual artists and just multidisciplinaries in the visual arts world, when they do installations, every single one of them work with indigo. When it comes to
mm,
fabric, when it comes to photo prints, when it comes to even screen printing, all types of print, it's always
mm,
indigo involved. And I think that's also fascinating too because we see it weaved heavy in the Caribbean culture. We see
mm,
it weaved heavy in just African culture too. Before it was modernized and all, like there's always a lineage in how shit crossovers and gaps,
mm,
and has multiple meanings for everything.
mm.
Like it blows my mind. It really blows my mind. Now I'm speaking to loud mouth.
Yeah, I just love what y'all are saying. I just love everything what y'all are saying. I feel the resonance. And yeah, I was gonna say ancestral veneration feels like memory work. It's memory
Yeah.
work. Like all the things y'all are calling on are memory, right? And yeah, and memory helps us to find the connections between all of us. Because yes, it was in the Caribbean, it was in Africa, it was also in the Americas, and black people did it,
Mhm,
you
mhm,
know? And the symbolism that these sort of colors take on, right? Like eventually in the Industrial Revolution, black people wearing indigo was a sign of labor workers, right? And
mhm,
like the whole overalls things like come like all these
Mm.
things come out of real context, right? Real people's stories and histories, and a lot of the times we think these stories are so much further away from us than they are, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I feel like ancestral veneration work feels like memory work. For me, where I'm finding my ancestors a lot is in that pot. I make a lot of curry.
yes.
I'm
Yes, you
Trinidad
do.
Asian. I make a lot of curry. I made fried fish the other day, the whole fish. I know how to gut a fish.
Okay.
Like, and then, like, and these things I feel sometimes we might take for granted, but they're a part of our people, right? Why
Yeah.
do I know how to gut a fish? Right, because someone taught me, and someone taught somebody before that, and someone taught
Mhm,
somebody before that, and we just
mhm,
been doing this thing, right? So it also feels like ancestral veneration is self acknowledgement.
yes.
It's self-acknowledgement. It's the mirror energy. Okay, I'm looking at myself and I'm looking back at me and multiple iterations of me that have been like, yeah, my Bayesian family migrated to the US because they were missionaries. And
Mm.
again, although, I introduced myself and I'm like, yeah, my parents raised us within African spirituality, but come out of my mother in particular, my maternal line comes out of such a strong Baptist Christian
Mm-hmm.
heritage. And so again, that is still a part of me, whether
Yeah.
we're practicing that in the same ways or not. So I keep that Bible on me. and I do
Dang. Okay.
yeah, and I do my divination out of the Bible sometimes. I'm like, what's the verse for me today? And so again, like it opens us up too, I think. Ancestral veneration can open us up. I think sometimes we get real fixed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
so happy you said that.
I'm curious, yeah, I'm just curious for you, Coco, like, because you were saying, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, what has it been for you? Like, yeah.
Um, I mean, really to piggyback off of what you said about remembering, right? Like it really is that remembering who you are and remembering where you come from as well. And also forcing your family members to remember where they come
Yeah.
from as well, because through ancestral veneration, conversations have to be had, right?
Yeah.
And it's not, sometimes they're, small conversations, but it's just gaining that information, like, why am I drawn to this so much, right? And me and my cousins, well, I'm trying to do a much better job at, getting my cousins and everything together. And one thing that we talked about was just looking at the family tree, like just really looking at the family tree and really understanding your place in the family, but then also how you're connected to everyone, right? And
Yeah.
why these people are so important, right? And
Yeah.
and sometimes, like, when I look at my elders, and it's just like, oh, okay, I see them do certain things, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's why we do that. And like you said, my well, it's like somebody taught them that, and somebody like, this is our way, this is our way. And those things are so, so important. Those stories are important. That history is important, right? Like, so I think for me, it's definitely a grounding practice for me, and it's healing too. Like a lot of my family members, and especially the women, needed healing that they didn't even know it could exist for them in so many ways, and just freedom. Like sometimes I think, and like you said, it's not that far behind. Like I always try to remind people that, like, as women, we could not have a freaking bank account until the 70s. This was not that long ago. It's only 40 years ago. Like we know
Mhm.
people right now who are out here running the streets that were born in the 70s. Just like, there were things that just could not be. And when I am a medium, and I do have the ability to speak directly to my ancestors and to be able to speak to other people's ancestors as well. But it's like, when people always say, we are our ancestors' dreams, we are.
Truly.
Like we are, and um I don't know, like I think about this, ancestral veneration as a practice, not just to remember, but also to look into the future as well, because I've seen my future and I've seen my descendants before.
Yeah.
And I've this one sound kind of crazy or maybe a little cliche, but I've literally climbed the goddamn mountain and sat atop of that bitch and really was like, yo, one day my descendant is going to get a mediumship, because that's just what, at this point, because of who I am and because who my child is and who my grandchildren are going to be, they're already going to know that work, and they're already going to know the channels that they're going to need to be able to contact me and to be able to see me. And one day they're going to see this. One day they're going to see this view. One day they're going to see this mountaintop. One day they're going to feel that sweat that I felt. They're going to feel the power that I felt, the tears, the freedom that I felt. And remember that, oh, wait, Auntie Coco, Grandma Coco was somewhere, and she was on a land, and she went to a place
Yeah.
because that's where she felt called. So let me go there, and let me see what information might be there for me. Like, it's that kind of stuff that I think about, that like this isn't just for the now, it's not just for the past, but it's also for the future.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 You know, I hope that for African Americans specifically, because a lot of us are really, vastly going into these practices, and being taught and learning and doing all of the things, and I feel like this is, it's not new because there definitely was a wave of it for sure in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But now it's here, right? And it's loud and it's global, right? And it's virtual, right? We're able to have these conversations. And I just think so much about the fact that, some people who have altar tables that have been built 50 years ago,
Mm.
right? That are still
Yeah.
sitting in grandma's house,
Yeah.
right? And that table is used, and somebody made it with their hands.
That
Like,
part. Yeah.
you know what I mean? And one day I'm gonna have the same. And my descendant is gonna come to that same altar table that I had built and went to go climb a freaking through the jungle and over a mountain and through the woods to go get it.
Okay.
Because that's what spirit told me to do.
So for real.
Y'all know how it be.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know why I'm in this damn jungle, but here go this piece
Okay.
of wood. Shit.
Go find
Right.
this rare wood in the
Go
jungle.
get, and it's just sitting right there for you.
Right
in
there.
with the waterfall.
Damn near hit
And
your
it's
ass.
beautiful, right? Exactly. You done tripped over it twice. Like, maybe that's the one.
Right. No, for real. I'm happy y'all all
Yeah.
saying this too, because it's like, it's not about religion, but it can be.
Mm-hmm.
It's really all about the relationship.
Yeah.
Like really the relationship. And that's why I'm so heavy on intention versus impact, because your intention builds your relationship to what you're fucking doing. And you see the impact based off your fucking intention.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're really true about your intention, you don't have to worry about how the impact will be, because it will fucking follow.
Right.
Talk about it.
As above, so below. I mean, it's just going to be fine. And I think too, it's a constant reminder of living practice, active practice.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's ancestral, going down to the crow bows, or we have a modernized object. Like,
Right.
it's just still that active practice and remembering the practice. Like, do we still know where it came from? And being able to not be whitewashed of saying here is the origin when really it's fucking not.
Right.
And I think also we see how it like movement ties into it, divination, offerings, rituals, cooking, like it just all of that is within it all. And I'm so happy that it's like within this work, you can tie it to your religion, you can tie it to your beliefs, and it's so easy to, because it's for fucking you.
Right.
And like when you speak more on it, you find the community, you find the people that are aligned, you find the people that are alike, because everything ain't for fucking everybody either.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying. So and so quick, like everyone wants to be accepted into everything. Everyone wants to understand everything and have a clarity of everything and know this and know that. And sometimes you don't have to fucking know everything. You have to just know what you know and be cool with what you have is what's in your corner, And that motherfucking note, because we can go on and on and on, because I really want to see like, okay, what's the purpose now? What's the purpose of honoring the ancestors? What's the purpose of you talking to Papa, whoever? What's the purpose of talking to your ancestors that was in the 1600s to even remember who their fucking name was, right? Purpose. And I feel like within me, I think my purpose was to understand Katrina, understand why I had to be separated, understand why I couldn't grow up. My mom decided that we had to keep on going. My purpose was to remember literally my homeland. Like I left Katrina, that was like 2020, not 28,
Oh,
2003, 2004, 5 or something like that.
2002.
2? It was
2002.
No, right. It was 2. It was 2002.
Shit. I was like 9 or 10. Okay, trying
Okay.
to remember fucking time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I was like, right, middle school, right?
Yeah, I was in
Yeah,
middle school.
Yeah, we were in middle
Yeah.
school. I remember because I wrote
literally.
papers about, I'm like, I remember. We wrote papers about Katrina. They
And I
made us.
remember going to schools in Maryland and niggas teaching about that shit, and I'm just like, what y'all think I'm a walking artifact? Like, are you fucking serious?
Wow.
Like, are you fucking serious? And then that's when I had to really separate myself and being like, wait, okay, for real, before I hear about any story of this or that, I knew what I had before it was taken away from me. Naturally.
Mm. Mm.
Not because of a white man or whatever, naturally.
Mm.
And for me to naturally feel how I feel and trying to understand, like, okay, why do I feel now disconnected and I'm thrown into the fucking East Coast of it all and not the
Mm.
east of my land? Like, here I am, which is
Mhm.
also crazy because from New Orleans, I'm from the East. You know, I'm from the Ninth Ward.
Mm. You was in it.
I was really in it,
Really.
which is why my Instagram name is East.aj, because I've been all my life,
Mm.
I've just been
Mm.
on the East Coast, understanding why am I
Mm.
in East, why am I in New York, why am I in Philly, why am I
Mhm.
here, why
Mhm.
am I there?
Mhm.
You know? And I feel like the purpose was to understand my peoples had to travel, my peoples had to
Mm.
change and adapt, because in New Orleans, when it's raining, when it's rain season, storm season, adapt, change, flood, plan this, plan it's, you know? So I already know what it is to move, what it is
Mm.
to change and adapt and shit. I think the purpose of it all is like really not being stuck within just homeland of it all and seeing where you can literally change, adapt to any type of flood anywhere, for real. And understanding like what's the root power and strength of who you are, no matter anywhere. Because even though Katrina uprooted me, I felt like my purpose was to find literally New Orleans everywhere,
Mm. Mm.
to know my story everywhere, to know that I can always find my way back, even when I was young, you know? Because even when after Katrina, like we didn't even go to church a lot. We didn't find, I remember my mom specifically asking, like, I want to find a home church for us. And a part of me was just like, for what? Why?
Mm.
Each church that we went to also showed that it wasn't for us. It wasn't for you. So here's our purpose again, moving, changing, trying to
Mm.
find who we are for real, through a belief, through whatever
Yeah.
that's, you know? So I think too, it keeps the story alive, the purpose of honoring ancestry. It keeps the truth. It's not even just the story, it's the fucking truth behind the story. Like literally history.
Mm.
For real. Because honestly,
Mm.
when I swear to God, in elementary school, when they started teaching about Katrina, I was like, well, I'm right here. I don't know what the fuck you're reading that shit for. If you want a motherfucking lesson, bitch,
Right. I can tell you what
I
happened.
can tell you what the fuck happened. 10 years
First
old.
perspective.
Yeah.
You know, family I know that literally are in a Superdome, now called Mercedes-Benz, like drowning in shit. Like y'all can't get any more realer than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah, I think that's the purpose is. Yeah, just keeping the fucking story alive, the truth, yo. Because we see so many times, even to this day and motherfucking age, how what they want to silence us in our fucking stories and truths.
Yep.
Silence the motherfucking dead.
Yep.
Why do you want to silence the dead?
Mm.
And I'm gonna leave it at that. Anyone can tap on
Right.
it. Okay.
So I think for me, like initially what my purpose was, when I first started doing ancestral veneration truly was when my father passed. And it was such a strange thing for me because we didn't have a relationship. And I just knew that I would have felt the relief of him passing is like because we didn't have a relationship. Like, all right, cool. Like I ain't gotta worry about that. But that is not what happened. Like the complete opposite happened. And I still wanted answers. And I still wanted to talk to my dad. and I still wanted my dad. Like it's like I got a little. It's like I we didn't have a great relationship, and then towards the end of his death, it's like I really got to know him and understand him, and we're so much alike, and I wanted to know more of that. It's like if I would have gotten to know you, I would have been able to get to know me.
Mm.
And I felt like, well, the only way that I'm going to be able to do that now is through altar work and ancestral veneration. And I just remember like it was probably maybe the night that he passed. I just remember going home and just sitting with it. And then I just like, I don't know, something came over me and I just like jetted to the basement, started like shuffling through all of these photos and pictures and everything, anything. Because I'm like, I know I have a photo of my dad here. I know I have a photo of my dad. Like, found one and I just like ran upstairs, like cleared space. It was like, like I just put everything there. I just like, just like poured it all out because I just couldn't do it anymore. And it's like even in finding like my dad's photos, I found like my great grandmother and I found like all these other ancestors that I was just like, yes, and you too, and I need you, and I need you, and I need you, and I need you. And I just remember just gathering everybody up. Like that's what I felt like. Like I just gathered everybody up and I'm just like, I need it. Like I need this. Like and it also work at the time was like calling out to me, but I didn't know enough information about it. So I'm like, I don't want to open some shit up, Lord. I don't want to open anything up. I don't want to open anything up. That's scary, right? But I just felt called. And I remember just putting everybody's photos up there and I lit a candle. And that was the most peaceful I had felt in like so long. Like watching my father pass, it was I just felt like I could actually breathe. And I was there every day. Like I was there every day until I just started feeling better. Like I just started because I was really going through it. Like it took me through a really deep depression. And I do feel like altar work and ancestor veneration really healed me and saved me, honestly. Because some days I just would cry and that was okay. And then a couple of days later I would get some sort of sign or message or something that would come through to just show like, hey, we're here. We heard you. We felt you, so I always feel for me like it's just it's a remembering practice for me. It's real griot energy, honestly, because it really does force you to tell the stories. Like, sometimes like, after I'm at my altar or whatever, and it could be days or whatever, but just in doing the work, I just remember like certain things. Like, and also like, even when you all were talking about like, and I know we I don't want to jump. I'm gonna save that because I don't want to jump to prompt 3. I don't want to jump to prompt 3, but yes, sometimes I remember even on TikTok somebody was saying like, what happens when you have resentment towards your loved one? It's like you want to put them on the altar, but I think it was like this woman's mom. Like her mom was really cool to her as a child. And she was like, but I love my mom.
Yeah.
But she also was like horrible to me. But I'm like, but if you're feeling called to put her on the altar, you might need to have a clear understanding about what that woman went through, about what your mom went through, because she might have went through something and you just don't know about it.
Yeah.
Once I get that, when you put that photo and you put that candle and that water, honey, and some shit get activated, they were like, huh, who, what, like, what we doing? What are we doing?
With love.
Yes.
Love. And I'm happy to say that.
Yeah, and it's, sometimes like it's not always just about honoring either. Sometimes it's about healing. Sometimes it's really about healing, because my father was alcoholic, and I remember I was giving him alcohol, and I was like, why am I giving you the thing that took you away from me? I'm not doing it. And he would get upset with me. He would come into my dreams. We'd be at a liquor store in his dreams, literally.
Mm.
I remember you telling me
Literally, we
about
will be
that.
at yes, child. Literally, we'll be at a liquor store in the dreams.
Yep.
Like, give me some liquor. Like, give me some liquor. Like,
No matter.
fine. Yeah, yeah. Listen, yo,
Yes.
he
Sorry.
gonna have a beer. He gonna
I'm
have a
still
beer.
your dad now.
And
Shit.
yo,
Right the fuck.
like it was definitely a like
Okay.
fine. Like,
Yeah.
god damn. Like,
Mm.
but it's one of those things where it's just like, like really want something like, all right, I get it, but also give me mine. Like, give me mine. I've been doing good. But it just, even like from my grandmother, my great great grandmother, I remember doing a mediumship with her, and she told me that she didn't know that she could be anything other than a wife and a mother.
Wow.
Like, I didn't know that. I didn't know, like, she wanted to be a fashion designer. She didn't know that she could be a fashion designer because she was taught, and what she saw all around her was women are mothers and wives,
Yep.
and that is the extent of
Right.
your being. You don't need to be anything else. You want to make some clothes, you're gonna make some clothes for these children, and you're gonna mend this button, and you're gonna tailor these pants.
And be talented in the house.
Like, yes, be talented in the house. Be talented.
Yeah.
Be talented. Be talented. So, just, for me, it's about remembering. It's about my gifts, amplifying them, clearing them, and, feeling charged up and just feeling powerful. Like, when I cook a good meal, some soul food, and I put it on that altar, baby, yes, like, yes. I love it. So that's me. That's it. My will you?
Yes. I, again, love everything that we're saying here. Like, it just feels so resonant.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something you were saying about, ancestral work, especially working with people who are your direct ancestral line. And I always say your direct ancestral line because it's multiple generations of ancestors. And yes, I really do believe in doing every ancestor, especially those who like have perished because of addiction or whatever the whatever it is, right? These precarities, right, that are human that we experience in a life. Like, you got to do workings with those people before you put them on your altar. You know, you got to do workings with those people, right? Like, you were doing workings with your dad. Like, that was working, right? In order to prepare, because sometimes the work we're doing isn't even our work, and I want to say that sometimes the work we are doing is not even
It's unfinished
our
business.
work.
It is unfinished
Somebody
business,
else's
child.
work
Ooh,
that you now have inherited ancestrally
yes.
because
Come
you are now a living spirit, right? You are now
on.
able to see things through, and I feel that because my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, was also an alcoholic. And I don't put him on. He's not on my altar right now because he's in work. I have a working altar for my. I have a working altar. I'm like, you are in the in between right now. He's still here. He hasn't even passed on yet. And I was with a sister the other day, and I love the way she said this because I don't like the idea that like of ancestral hierarchy. And I have a big issue with that, but she re-explained it to me in a way that I just love. And this feels like a really engaged with my purpose of what I feel like I'm intent. Like, I know my work here is to do ancestral work for all the people who were not able to do that. I'm very clear on that. I've gotten multiple life readings since I was even a kid that I was going to be a matriarch and that I was going to be leading my family through a lot of spiritual work. Because I am the truth, like we're talking about, I'm the truth teller, I'm the truth seeker. I'm the one bringing up stuff nobody want to talk about.
Same.
Everyone like, here they go. We can't even have dinner in peace.
Like, shit.
You can't.
No, you
'Cause
can't.
I wanna know.
It won't.
Okay.
Because great grandma said to disrupt it. Because the auntie that you were silencing who's not alive anymore, she needs to be heard. Because y'all wasn't hearing her when she was alive. And so, yeah, I feel really like the purpose, right? The purpose is to do these workings for my people who weren't able to do it when they were here. And so, yeah, the idea of hierarchy really reforming, like you got your A, B, and C ancestors. C ancestors are like your parents, you know?
Right.
B ancestors are your parents' parents. A
Yeah.
ancestors are your parents' parents' parents. And the idea
Mhm.
is not necessarily hierarchy, but the idea is that sometimes most of the workings you're doing are probably for people in your furthest lineage sometimes.
Right. Right.
And then sometimes you're doing working for the more immediate, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If people pass
Mhm.
again for
Mhm.
the precarious situations, but a lot of times you're doing workings for people who came before those people because
Yep.
they set up the people that, you know,
Already
they
there.
set up the
Mhm.
people that were there before you. Like,
Mhm.
the the pattern of a thing. Yeah, in my family have a lot of mental illness. That's a big theme.
Same.
Everybody just a little, the
Same.
screws are too loose, as
Okay.
I say. I was like, I love the experimental for y'all. We gotta
Yeah.
be reel it in, you know.
Right.
And I think,
Okay.
and I
Like,
think,
can we pray over it
come
first?
on,
Can we
please,
pray
first,
over it
and
first?
then see, and then see. But I feel like, yeah, my ancestral veneration work is a working for myself as it is a working for my people. It is directly connected, and I realize in the same vein, I feel like y'all were both talking about in the years I've been doing ancestral work, because I've been doing ancestral work since I was like 7. I have really done some. I'm really now, 31 years later. To be clear, I'm now. I started doing this work at 7. I'm now getting the ashe.
Mm.
Now getting
Mm.
the ashe. I'm now getting the blessing. I'm now getting the thing. Now
Mhm.
my family is turning over. Now people are
Mhm.
changing. Now people are wanting to do something different. But it took
Mhm.
multiple workings
Same.
to get just, and we know we're not even that far. It
Not even that far
just
into it
much.
yet. Ain't even that far into it yet.
This
Not
much, just so
even.
that you could at least do. I could talk to my mom now. You know,
Right.
we could talk. I could tell her
Right.
things that maybe she don't want to hear, and she not gonna
And
rebut them.
receive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She's
But
gonna
she,
listen.
Mm.
But also too, our parents grow with us spiritually as well.
yeah.
So it's like also my parents have grown with me, and I've really, I don't play. One thing about me, y'all, I don't play about my I don't play about my family.
Same.
I'm real
Same.
strict with them because
Same.
they need parameters.
Yeah.
They
Bound
need
other
parameters.
That's
boundaries.
that matriarch
Specific.
energy.
Yeah, that's that. I be like,
That's
I
that
don't say,
matriarch
and I don't
energy.
even say a lot these days. I just do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just do. I'm like, well, that's not what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Same, friend.
Go to
Yep.
my mom's house. They got an altar. Why you're not changing the water? What's going on?
Mhm.
And then you wonder why things are not. I
Yeah.
understand why I always feel.
Yeah.
So I just think, yeah, it feels like I'm doing the workings, as a womb carrier, as a non-binary womb carrier, all of our eggs are inside of us. Every generation that will come after us, we already holding it,
Legit
Yep.
shit.
literally. So this idea of futurity that you were saying, Coco, I'm just so into it because I feel like the purpose is futurity,
Right.
Yeah.
the past and the present, or for what will come later.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
what I'll say. I mean, I could say more, but
No, we here with it. I want to
Yes.
tag on that because it's beautiful that you say that because in my work now, I'm seeing it work more with my mom, like present now.
yeah.
And now we're in a space of like, now, bitch, you're teaching me something. So you could be a little mother right here, right now. Look at that. Look at what we cleared. Look
Mhm.
at what we
Mhm.
did.
You're doing
You
great,
know?
sweetie.
Okay. And now I'm like seeing now, like it's touching to my auntie. It's touching to
Mhm.
certain.
It's ripples. It's ripples. It's a ripple effect.
So thank you for the ashe because I see my ashe as well of
Mhm.
just like the work is working and there's still so much to be done because
Mhm.
we haven't even touched whatever surface that needs to be.
Ooh.
We touched the fucking pool water, the pool side. Okay? Bitch, we haven't even made it to the lake, the river, or the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? We still on the
For real.
fucking pool side.
For real.
Okay? Testing waters, learning
Yeah.
swimming lessons. And
Yep.
that's okay
Yep.
because
We
I'm
have to.
30, you're 31, my mom's 54, my aunt, okay? We're all at a certain stage. And I
Yeah.
feel like too, within this work, within the purpose, age does not mean a motherfucking factor.
At all.
Because wherever the
At
fuck you are
all.
at, Oprah made it at her motherfucking fuck Oprah, but she made it at her motherfucking stage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Everyone made it at a motherfucking
We
stage.
all get there at some
We
point.
all get there at some motherfucking point. So it's easy to compare. It's easy to say point, point, point. At the end of motherfucking day, there's three motherfucking shits pointing at you. So you might as well keep a fist and start, boom, and then lock it in. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. That's all.
Okay, I love that. And that moves us right into our third prompt of where do you find your ancestors? And I love this, and I want to start. I want to start because I was trying to contain myself earlier.
Do it.
Like my father was a chef, and I feel like honestly, if my dad, would have been able to just be without the trauma and without the really just the childhood trauma and the disease of addiction, like I know my father would have been a great chef. He would have been a great chef. And I think it's so interesting because my brother loves to cook. He loves to cook. My daughter loves to cook. She loves to cook. Loves it. Loves it. Loves it. Loves it. She will get in that kitchen. If she sees something that she wants to eat, she's like, "Oh my god, that looks so delicious!" And we're going to the grocery store. We're getting the things. She's getting in that kitchen. She's cooking. And for myself, when I don't know how to make something, it's okay because my dad is right there every single time. And we've never been able to cook together while he was alive. I've never gotten that opportunity to do that. And I always feel so grateful because he do be with me, like at the grocery store and everything, like just really in the kitchen with me. And in the kitchen for me and for my family is just a very important place. Food is very, very important in my family. We are cooking as family. I didn't realize that like yes, it will be cooking, but like we are cooking as family. Like for real. Like everybody knows how to cook. It's always delicious. Like it's hearty. It's warm. It feels so good. True soul food. And anytime when we're all in the kitchen, I just feel that. I feel the recipes that have been passed down. I can feel the stories. I can hear the gossip. Like it's all of it for me, and it does so much for me. Truly, truly. And it's like as I'm getting older, I realize that more and more, especially as I'm cooking more holiday meals, like larger holiday meals for my family, and just the love and the intention that goes into it, and just that, like, it's like, okay, now I understand when my grandmother said, "No, I don't have a recipe. Just keep pouring until I tell you to stop." Now I get it. Like, it's like I understood, but now I understand it. I ain't got time for that measuring cup.
Okay.
That should be right.
2 shots. Okay.
Right. That seems right. That seems right. Yeah, it tastes good, and so and in music. And in music. And I also find it on a dance floor. Like, oh my God, my people are on the dance floor, and that feels ancient to me. When I'm dancing, that feels ancient. That feels like I'm connecting to like I'm on a whole nother plane. It doesn't matter if I'm dancing salsa, bachata, Latin dance, like it doesn't matter if I'm a piano or house or club or whatever it is. I could feel my people. I could feel like my body. Like I'm a dancer. Like I love to dance. And I allow my body to move. I'm not one of those like I'm going to do the dance. Like, yeah, I might do the dance, but at a certain point, especially with certain music, I'm just going to allow my soul to move in how it needs to move. And I can feel my ancestors. Like when I do that, oh my God, it's like I could feel my ancestors with me. Like that scene from Sinners where they're in a juke and they're all like the ancestors. I've witnessed that. Like when that part came on, that when I always see that part, oh my God, when I see that part every single time, like it just it taps me. It just really does something to me. Because I've felt that before. I know what it feels like to dance with my people, to dance with my ancestors. Like I know what it feels like, and it is so powerful and magical. And in the conjure work in dancing in itself.
It's needed.
Like sometimes the offer is dancing.
It's the dance.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes, like when I would sit at the altar and they say, "Okay, what's the offer?" and they're like, "Go put that music on, and we gonna dance, baby. We gonna dance." And I'm like, okay, and that is the offering.
Yeah.
That in itself is the offering. The dance, the feeling, the being in communion with your people, with your folks. And it's just like even now, like it's just making me think about the cookout. Like it's like doing that fucking 2-step with your uncle.
Okay.
We hitting it. Like
No,
my uncle
seriously.
got the, you know what I'm saying? Like he might got the
Seriously.
blunt, he might got the cigar, you know what I'm saying? He might have something, he gonna have a drink, you know, we're all having a good time, we're laughing and we are kicking and we eating good and the music is going. And everybody's just having a good time. And
Yeah.
I don't know. So I just, you know, I see it in my daughter. Like I see it in my daughter, you know, and in her practice with the ancestors as well, and how she connects with them, and you know, just you know, so many things with that. Like you know, I'm so glad that I did teach her about ancestral veneration and how to connect with them and how to honor them, because you know, even now, like she knows like who her people are and who she needs to call on for certain things, and to watch her do that, and to you know, watch her have an understanding, and then even to watch her practice her own mediumship and say no, like I know that I have this cousin that walks with me, and we don't know them, but I know them. You know what I mean? It just always feels so powerful, and it just reminds me that there, as long as I have had blood running through my veins, like they're always going to be with me on this earth, and I'm always going to be able to find them no matter where I am in the world, because they're with me and I brought them there.
Yeah.
Like that's what I realized when I was away. Like when we went to Mexico, my grandmother, my father's mother is afraid of bugs. Like deathly afraid. Like you see a bug, her ass is in the house. Like it's a fucking bug, I'm in the house. Like it don't matter what kind.
Okay.
And I remember when we got to Mexico, and you know, Mexico is tropical where we were and everything, and beachy and all of the things. And we was outside, and I was like, grandma, like I would just love like if you were here. And I just remember hearing her say, like, I'm good, baby. I don't like all them bugs. But this is nice, but you want to live here, and I mean, like she was struggling to be on the altar, child. She was struggling to be on that altar. She was like, child, that was a gecko that just ran past. Like,
Why did you bring me that? Why did you
put me here? Like, why did you bring me here? Like, she was not with the shit. She was not with it.
Oh shit.
She wasn't with it though. She was not. Like how like you got us here. She liked Medellin though. That was cool.
I bet you she did.
Listen, like right. She was like, okay, a city. Okay, I can get with this. Like I can get with this. You're trying to bring me to a beach town. Like that's too much. Like, no. She was not with the shit. So, you know, but I did realize that like every single time that I travel and I bring my people with me, they're with me. They're experiencing it too. Like and witnessing it, and they're there, you know. And like I said, even for my descendants, like when I was on that mountain, I remember my descendants saying, like, we travel because of you. So that means somebody's gonna keep telling my fucking story. That's why I'm like, I said, okay, that means that they're going to see my artifacts. They're going to see, oh no, she was here. You see them pictures? Did you hear that video? Did you see those things? Like she was here. She was there. Like we can't be afraid because our people have always traveled. And they're going to be talking about, I'm going to be a part of those people. Like that's going to be me. That's going to be Cammy. Like, it's like, that's my daughter. But it's just like, you know, yes. She's 16, child. She ain't no baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No,
grown.
She but you know, I think about that. Like it just,
Wow.
No, I feel that, friend. I feel that. I really do feel that. And I'm happy that you said that they traveled with you, because soon as I build an altar, I feel like my people move in. Like legit shit.
Yep.
Like legit shit. As many times, even when I dismantle my altar before I move, I do feel like, damn, I didn't close the shop. I took the bulldozer
Mhm.
every single motherfucking time. But also too, I feel like off some like Pokemon shit. Like I literally did some catch 'em all, and I'm like the Pokemon ball,
You know
like
what
legit
I've done
shit.
with that though? You know what I've done with that?
Like
Because so when we left, right, my mom sold my childhood home, and my ancestor was like, well, leave your blood on the soil and it'll always be yours.
Mm.
And and that when you in doing that, you are going to create ancestral land, right? So it's
wow.
not just about, ancestral land doesn't have to be just, some faraway thing, right? Or some wide, vast like land. No, it's gonna be that fucking townhouse in motherfucking Baltimore Beach. You better fucking go get that shit, bitch. Like that's what the fuck I got. Like it's like, no, your ancestral home is that Baltimore ass fucking
Yeah.
townhouse. That's your ancestral home.
Thank you for
They were
saying that,
like,
because I'm gonna do that when I'm in
yes,
New Orleans.
yes.
Yeah.
They were like, leave your blood in the grass, leave it on the soil, and we will be here and it will wait for you. And when it's time for you to have it back, you will get it back. And I
Yes.
was like, her.
Yes.
Receive.
I too have done this, and I can confirm it. She works. If you want,
Yes.
yeah, that was the elder told me that if you want to return to a place, take your menstruation blood,
Yep,
and
that's exactly what I did.
you do we did was they fancy. We did like a lotus flower with flower petals,
Mm.
so that's like the birth of that. It can
Yep.
continue to the rebirth.
Yep. Yep. It went down. Like they showed me. They was like, it goes down into the roots, into
Wow.
the soil.
Oof.
Like it's almost like it almost kind of felt like when I poured that blood, I created veins.
Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
And there's a heartbeat now over there in that yard in that townhouse.
You see,
Like,
I'm gonna have to do my shit like 3 or 5 o'clock in the morning because people still living there. But that I'm gonna do what
Yes.
I'm gonna do and make sure no one's
look, Wall gonna be like,
Just
okay.
like,
I'm just going for a jog.
oops, I'm
Toss
still
my
out of my
bag.
hand.
Right.
Fred and shit.
Oh no.
No, for real, for real. I'm gonna do that shit. Oh my God.
Yes.
And speaking of that too, when the more I tap into my ancestors and finding where they are, speaking specific, because the words, goddamn. With me and Coco doing a reading before, Coco and I did a reading, and she was able to tap into one of my dearest ancestors from back in the backbacks, like on the field, Auntie Caroline, thank you, and was able to literally see her, she see me, connect in that way. And it was beautiful. It was needed because she did the work when it was needed at that time for our family on the field, on the plantations, getting the herbs, getting what the fuck was needed to protect, not to harm, harm where it's needed to protect. And I'm getting deep breaths and chills because it's like, it's that serious. It's that serious to where stories are still being told. We still see ourselves being dismantled by systems and then some
Mm-hmm.
to still protect each other.
Yep.
And I'm so grateful for it ever since that damn session, Coco, because it really puts shit into perspective of where do you see and find your ancestors to continue to work to to see it all around you.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the notes, it's in the journals, it's in your teas. Again, it's in your food that we eat, it's in our hairstyles. It's literally in every motherfucking thing. And I would never forget where she told you to tell me that she needs my writing.
Mm-hmm.
She needs my fucking writing to be on the altar for her to go to,
Mm.
because she was at least able to read something, but she couldn't even fucking write. And I remember we was in tears after that because we felt how heavy and needed that shit was.
Because I can't write it down, right? It's like
At
I can't write it.
all.
I can't write it down,
At
right? And
all.
this is why that's so important because they couldn't write it down, so they had to tell we had to pass
We
it
had to
along, and then
verbally tell
somebody stopped,
everything.
right? And then somebody stopped talking, and then somebody stopped passing it along, and then you got to remember. But here, our generation is like, no, we not only we want to write it, we want to record it, we want to video record that shit.
We make a dance,
You go,
all of
we gonna
that.
make a dance. You want to understand. Like, we want to make a song. We're going to put it in our music. We're going to
Yeah.
do the things. You're going to understand. That spell book, you're going to find it. Whether that spell book was an album, whether it was an actual book. Hello? I bet y'all going to the same.
It be in
No,
the video.
seriously.
Hello?
Okay.
Yes, you know,
Music.
so yes, and the music and the all of it, you know, so and your descendants will be able to say, wait, I know what you're saying.
Mhm.
Even if you're not saying anything, I know what you're saying. Even if it's through a freaking piano, a guitar, I know what you're saying. I could hear it. I could hear the magic. I could hear the message. I
Yeah.
could hear the music. I could
Yeah.
hear it. Like I
Even
could
going to the
feel it.
language. This is why I'm learning back to my Creole. Literally, I had ancestors not too far from me. My mom and my auntie grew up with that spoke our language, fucking Haitian Creole. That was the last descendants of our shit. And you telling me now I'm the only one that speaks fucking Creole in our motherfucking family. Now I got my fucking cousin speaking it.
Mm.
So now my auntie is like, damn, I wish I could still like, I'm like, but bitch, you could still do it.
You can't
Everyone
right.
can
Do
still
it.
do it.
Wait.
We can
And we
keep
need it
everything
now more
alive.
than ever. We need it
Yeah.
now more than ever.
Time is now.
For real, yo. For
I love
real.
being able to speak Spanish to Cammy. I love, and nobody know what the fuck we're saying.
Mm.
We need that shit now more than ever.
Yeah, got to get back to our mother tongues. I'm also the
Yeah.
Yes.
kid that speaks patois. I speak patois. The rest of them so Americanized. They have no ability to do that. Yeah, sad.
At all.
The
Yeah.
only sibling and the only cousin on our whole line that can speak patois. But I have a very special connection with my grandmother. And
Mm.
yeah, like she used to like breastfeed me. She ain't had no milk. My mother was like, it was spiritual.
Wow.
It was spiritual. And then she would say that my grandmother would often say that like I was her baby. Like she felt like spiritually
Mm.
like I was her child. Like and you know,
Wow.
Miss Laura, she ain't really like my mother because my mother was too American.
Oh.
And there's another, you know, because the Caribbean, I'm like, we're so unwell.
Child.
I'm like,
How you say that about your daughter, then?
like, y'all probably cousins. Like, shut up. Like,
Right, like
what are we really talking about for real right now? But there's that's a thing. That's a
Yeah.
thing. You know, we learn to hate Black Americans. I don't know what that is about. I mean, we know what it's about.
You're right.
I'm like, we know what it's about.
Okay.
But I had a father who really, which I really respect. He just had such a, he was really radicalized by Stokely Carmichael and like Stokely Carmichael or Kwame Ture, however you know him. He did a lot of speaking in the Caribbean. My father was like directly like at these like gathering organizing points in the Caribbean, hearing from American revolutionaries, and that really changed his whole life. And like he really had an adamance or respect for Black American existence. Like I just remember us being Trini, but also my father being like, but you're also from here. Like, and that is valuable. Like,
Yes.
but again, working with our older generation, them having other perspectives and how that shows up. But yeah, I just love everything that we're saying just about this constant looping resonance that we find in the things that we are putting our hands, our bodies, our hearts on, whether that be the land, whether that be the music we're making, the food we're cooking. And yeah, I feel like my first way in was movement. Like
Yeah.
literally could tell you, everyone in my family could tell you stories for days about how all I used to do was dance. Like all I would do was dance since I came out the womb. When I was in the womb, my mother was taking dance classes. She had never really done that before.
Wow.
She was just like, she danced through my entire pregnancy. She was like, I don't know where it came from.
That was your spirit. Your
Yes,
spirit said, "Baby, we got to
get out,
move."
get out,
Right.
Okay.
give me a little, give me a little,
Okay.
let me know,
Pop that shit.
give me a little. Just think, yeah, that was my first. Actually, I feel like, when you said the center scene, I feel like I experienced that so young because dance was
Mm,
always my portal into my deeper like connection with my ancestors. Because I don't know, I know a lot about my family. I come from a family of a lot of writers, educators. Again,
Mm,
they were in the church. They were able to read and write. Why? Because they were missionaries. So that was the exception.
mm,
So you got to be
mm,
educated because you were spreading the colonizers' religion.
mhm,
yep.
mhm,
Convoluted,
mhm.
convoluted. But they were writers, and so I write. But I was like, I know there's a generation of a generation of a generation way, way, way before me, and they were dancers. They had to be
That's their
dancers.
writing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that's
and
their
that was
expression.
exactly that was their way through because again, we come from so many oral traditions, right, and so many
Mhm,
movement-based traditions where writing wasn't always the first thing.
mhm,
Not always
mhm,
going to write it down. So I feel like the storytelling aspect of how I've understood myself in my family and in myself has always been through movement. And the kitchen being is such an important place. Some of my first memories are in the kitchen. Me holding on to the back of my mama's lapa, something frying up on the things, probably some plantains,
mhm, mhm,
yummy. And then
Okay.
auntie teaching me how to cook, like, and with such
mhm.
softness. Like, I know the kitchen could be chaotic, but when I grew up, it was a soft landing place because all the women were there. My mother had
Yes.
everybody in
Mm.
African garb in the 90s. I don't know what she was on.
Period.
She had
This,
everybody. She had
listen, they was
everybody
on that type
in
of
the
shit. They was
belly. She
on
had
that
them in
shit.
the belly,
Yes.
honey. All of
They
them.
was on that
Shea
shit.
butter and
Yes.
getting a meal for the. So I feel that. I feel that movement is a portal. I always say that movement. Our bodies are portals. We get to
Yeah.
open up things with our bodies that again can't be said, can't be written, can't be said. Can't be sung. It's like it
Mhm.
can only transmit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I want to speak on that too, because like speaking on culture from New Orleans, dance was my first ever love language too. And in New Orleans, Black girls, you grew up in the dance academy, you learned the point, you learned the tap, you learned the hip hop, you learned this and that. And I was the youngest ever to be on point and to be the
Mhm.
lead hip hop dancer for this and that. Like I was on that shit. And I remember after Katrina, when I moved to DC with my grandmother, there was a dance academy that I went to like literally down the street from us. It was in Georgia Avenue and it was in Columbia Heights. And they had a section of some African dancing or whatever. But I remember a portion of it was storytelling and storytelling through the phrases of like what we was doing and all of that and like what the actual movements meant for real. And of course it went over our heads because we were just like, okay, cool, we're all fucking 14, 13-year olds, great, we're in this white ass fucking dance institute, cool, this is what a dance recital, great to know, let's get to it. But I remember like specifically that dance recital day, and it was me and six other Black fucking girls. And because I was in Flying She Her that time, so that's why I'm speaking like this. And we was all on the fucking stage. And I just remember having this fucking moment doing this African dance routine. And we were in a fucking circle. Everyone doing the same movement and shit. And I remember literally each and every one of us looking at everyone like, I know y'all feel that. I know y'all feel that. Like it was some real deep, like whatever movement we are in right now, we are so in sync, and I know y'all feel that shit. And we know like the next number had to come, we moved, transition, it was just like out of trance. And I was just like, okay, who? I would never forget that moment because that understood to me how much spiritual movement is. For real, for real. Like everything is so spiritual, whether it's a forward bend, whether it's a plie or whatever, like everything is a spiritual movement, whether it's been colonized, because we have decolonized in a way for us to keep on going. Everything is a spiritual movement. For real, for real. And I would just never forget that because it made me really think about just how energy is transformed, really how we really fucking feel shit, you know, just with drums, just with a guitar, a bass, with it, like just fucking shit.
Mhm. Mhm. That drum, baby. That
Okay.
drum, and I don't care what kind of drum it is, because a marching band go by, baby, and I'm outside and
Whoa.
oh, okay, here we go.
Okay.
Yes.
Spiritual experience.
Hey.
Okay.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
seriously. And we got 10 minutes left. Look at that. This is
They're doing
divine
great.
alignment. This
Mhm.
I'm so happy that we can see it in everything. And it's so fucking spiritual, yo. It's just so fucking spiritual. And it doesn't have to be that deep because sometimes all you have to feel is a moment to be like, "Whoo, I'm alive. Thank you for that."
Yep.
You know, like, wow.
When I saw that rainbow yesterday, like I felt that. Like
Yeah.
I really was like, thank you. Like I say, oh, like thank you. Like I'm so grateful. Like I am so grateful. Like because it rained too. Like it just felt really cleansing. Everything. And just like seeing that rainbow, I was like, this is confirmation. Like I'm taking this. Like this is confirmation. Like this is a beautiful freaking rainbow. And that thing arched all the way over. Sometimes you just see the just no,
Yeah.
that thing was like point one, point two.
Point two.
Go
Okay.
through. Like it felt like it just was really amazing. And so I definitely agree with you just having those moments where you just have to just say, you know what, I am really grateful for being here.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm grateful for this journey is, the ups and downs and all the things that being on a spiritual journey comes with and healing your ancestors and healing yourself and shit, healing your family that's right there with you.
Yeah.
Right now it's like, and they don't even know it, which is so wild too. Like that is also kind of, wild is when you do start doing ancestral veneration. And then next thing you know, you get a phone call from your mama or your daddy and be like, you know what I was just thinking about? I was just thinking about how when
Yep.
I was younger and then my father, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. This is the story I was talking about. Yeah. Now, this went to my altar and this was, yeah, go ahead, tell me. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
give it here. All of a sudden, they have that urge to start to open up and start to, see things. And just like you were saying, Mawu, too, like it, sometimes that is our purpose is to bring that healing and to say, you know what, I know that you didn't get a chance to heal. Like even when I think about my grandmother, like I think about someone who, because she was an alcoholic as well, and I don't think that she wanted to be a mom. I don't, and I definitely don't think that she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And she had like 7 fucking kids. Like, so it's like, and when I think about back then, it's like she was a stay-at-home mom, and that was all that was expected of her, to take care of her husband. But she failed at it, to be honest. Like, she abandoned her children, and sometimes, like, when I get really down on myself, with mothering and parenting, and I am a single mom, like sometimes I just think to myself, like, damn, grandma, is this what you was feeling? And is this why you had to just go away? Like, it wasn't a matter of you abandoning your children. It was, in order for me to stay alive, I had to.
Yeah.
Yep.
I needed to go. Like, because in order for me to be sane, like, I needed to just fucking disappear. And back then, of course, they don't have the language for that. They don't have, the education, even the knowledge to be able to say, this is what I have going on. And I need a break. Like, all of these fucking kids and shit, and my husband is doing whatever the fuck he wants to fucking do. Like, that's a lot. You know what I mean? So, it's like I think about those times where it's like, she didn't know that she knew she was sad, but she didn't know that she was fucking clinically fucking depressed.
Right. She didn't have words for that.
Right, exactly. Like she didn't know, like no, I need to talk about some things and I need to get some things off of me. And maybe I do need some fucking medication. Like maybe I do need, let me go outside and touch the grass. Like You know what I mean? Like just so many things. And I don't know. I would rather save my other stories and stuff for our in person class too. But I really love the conversation that we had here. And I'm excited to continue to talk about ancestral veneration and altar work, and the importance of it, and how we all connect to it and how we can connect to it. I'm really, really looking forward to our class, altar work for the Black Home, that's happening at Blackbird Rising in June. And then also tonight, we are having still a conversation at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
5 o'clock. Okay, yes.
Yes.
Okay, we will be back here. Go a little deeper with our discussion and our conversation. The live will be here and be available for you to see. You get the replay of it, just hit me up, and I'll give it to you. And yeah, that's it. Ajan, did you want to say anything else?
Yeah, I appreciate y'all too. Thank you, Coco. Thank you, Mawu. Thank you just having the time to just sit and just talk about some real shit, talk about some reflections, our own personal stories to just share on this live here too. And I just appreciate whoever just popped in to just listen, gather what you feel for real, for real. I appreciate for the folks that signed up for the playback, to sign up for even the evening sessions. If you're watching this, we can't wait to talk to you. We're about to have a nice little kiki. Want to specifically say the evening session is only on Zoom. So if you catch this, you catch this. It's already happened. But you can still sign up to get that Zoom link for the evening session. I'm not gonna lie, we've been on Black People Time. So if we've been on 5, we might be on 5. We might be at 6. We don't know. We'll let you know though. So that's that. And yeah, I'm just so fucking excited that we are having the convo. We're having the talks. Again, this is not no do's or don'ts space. Follow your influencer for that. We are in some real talks of just some real shit and talking about what's just the experience rather than what's been told. So that's all I gotta say.
And Mawu, can you please let us know where we can find you, and if you have any upcoming projects or things that you want us to know about, let the audience know about, please share.
Yeah, I mean, I just performed yesterday, so I'm like, the project has come and gone.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Speaking of ancestral veneration, I just want to bring up an ancestor from Philly. Her name is Dinah, and she was an enslaved indentured worker in Germantown over at a place called Stanton Mansion. And instead of America 250, we've been saying Dinah 250 because this is 250 years of her legacy. And Black women and femmes have been for the last 5-6 years really curating more archival information about this Black woman and her life. And so yesterday I did a play about her life, a reimagined play of what her life was like based on the archives that have been collected over this time. I had the pleasure of working with Yolanda Wisher and Tripita, who was the Poet Laureate of Philadelphia in 2020. And it was amazing. I don't have things just coming up just yet, but
those are incredible things. And like, if there's any information that you want to drop about it, so that people can look into those things. If there's things that in Philly, or you like, go check this stuff out, like, please, like, yes.
I'll drop my information in the chat, but y'all can follow me at MawiUniverse _.
Yes. On everything?
Yeah, I mean, just on Instagram. I'm not on everything.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook and Instagram.
That's it. Okay.
Facebook. I was like, yes.
It still works.
I
It's
like
a
her.
social. It's a-
Hello. Change every week.
okay. I love
For
that.
real. Thank you, Mawu, for
Thank
joining
you,
us.
girl. Of course,
So
of course.
beautiful. Yes.
Mm.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much, and we will see you later. Please, if you have any questions, then feel free to get in contact with any of us. And that's it. Peace, everyone.
See
Okay, I'm gonna
y'all.
stop the I'm going to stop the